Hey guys, so we're going to take a look at the game I played in the Object 268 on Maravinka. This game, as I load in, I'm looking, I see there's 7 tank destroyers, 1 light tank, 2 RD, so I know that I could probably go field side and be okay without getting pushed really quickly because there's so many tank destroyers. When there's a lot of tank destroyers, the game usually ends up being a lot slower. You're allowed to kind of play with your positioning and rotate a lot. I'm using a rammer, low noise, and improved aiming to try and help the aim time of the tank by making the aim circle smaller and bringing up my camo value when I'm stationary up to near 50% in this tank. So here I pull up. This is a good bush to sit in to not get spotted by the enemy light tank on the ridge at E7. But now we're just going to wait to see if anything gets spotted. Our Manticore is in the bush. The sun is peeking up. Take a shot. He shoots the E3, so I know the E3 got spotted. And one of the ways E3 gets spotted is a light tank in the mid bush here. This is a very obvious bush. I'm gonna like, okay, let's blind fire it. Take a shot. That might have hit, who knows. Now we're just gonna wait, see if our Manticore can spot anyone being aggressive. And we can see that we hit the 13105. I take a risky shot here and it ends up hitting the cupola, the 13105. That was good. As soon as the enemy light tank is low HP, I start moving up initially because I figured he was gonna die. And now I can start to be aggressive on the bush line because I have 50% stationary camo and around 37% moving. I feel comfortable rotating in the open without getting spotted. And the fact that the enemy doesn't have a light tank and we do now is a big difference. Here I ping the Manticore telling him I'll help him, so he moves up, and he does, which I wanted him to do, and he spots an E4. We're gonna take a shot here, right into the side of the turret. Beautiful. And the reload on this Object 268 is actually very nice. So we're gonna get another shot into the E4 here, right into the side of the turret. Nice 790 roll. As soon as the E4 is about to die, because he's low HP, I move up already. And I'm looking at the map and I see the bad chat is playing in the mid where the heavies are. So now I'm deciding between shooting the Batchat and IS-7. Batchat gets spotted. Right now I'm still wary of tanks that might be in front of me because the Manticore is trying to spot them. But he's far enough up now he's far enough up that if he were to spot someone, he would have spotted them already. The Batchat is playing here. Gonna take a shot there. Nice 812 roll. I look for shots on these guys. Foch B is up. Unfortunately, I'm reloading. These guys get away. But the Foch is still late in mid, so I turn around, take a shot at him. Now there I could have loaded heat and probably improved my chance of penning, but I took a risk with RNG there and I end up hitting the cupola. Now I see the Batchat pulling up on the Object 279E. The Foch is pulling up as well, so I put another shot into him. I see the 90 dying. There's not really much I could do to save him. I'm gonna try and put another shot into the Foch here. As you can see, the reload of this tank is very good. Gonna look for a shot on the Batchat. He actually gets penned by the 4K5. As soon as this happens, now I know I can move up. So I know where everything is except the TVP and the RD. So I feel confident enough to move up here. It's a little risky because you could get shot by the 4K in the back still. TVP ends up getting lit here. I have heat loaded, so I'm very careful not to shoot the debris in front of the TVP because it'll absorb my shot. I'm gonna pull back here and get the reload in. Nice shot in the side of the TVP. And now I could just play this ridgeline and essentially just look for shots on things, and hopefully my Manticore is able to spot stuff. Luckily he did survive getting yellowed by the TVP, but he's in a worse situation now because he's kind of stuck where he ended up next to the E3 here. He's trying to spot, but there's so many bushes between him and the tank destroyers that it's very unlikely that he'll actually spot anything. I got one shot into the IS-7 there, and now that he knows I'm here, he probably won't peek again. But I do wait here for a bit. I tell the Manti that I'm going to help him again. So maybe he'll, and I ping the map, so maybe he'll come rotate to this spot to try and spot the tank destroyers. Doesn't look like he's gonna do it though, so I just keep trying to find an angle on this IS-7 while RD is doing work on him. The other side of the map I'm watching, we have 4 tanks against 3. So I'm thinking about rotating as well, but I'm kind of scared of where the 4K could be because he could have rotated back to A7. If I drive out in the open, he could pen me. So I'm just waiting here. Trying to see if I could get a shot. Trying to find an outline here. That's why I'm moving my mouse like this. I'm trying to find an outline in IS-7. I found it, so now I know where he could peek and I could get a shot. So now I'm just waiting in that spot where I saw an outline. He's pulling up. Unlucky that missed, but now I'm thinking about where those tank destroyers might be. I noticed that my team is dealing with the tanks on the 1-2 line. And there's only a 60 TP left and he has HP. And I realized that I'm probably at 8,500 damage. I want the 10k, so I'm going to go for the HP on the 60 TP. And this thing is pretty mobile too. It does 40 on flat ground. And I typed in chat, wait for me to let my team know that I'm coming, and the E4 pings thank you. So I got kind of lucky this game where my teammates were like communicating with me effectively, where the Manticore was like helping me and I was helping him. The E4 is waiting for me to make the 60 TP turn. Now he's shooting up at me, so I back up to try and let him bounce, and I back up and then I face him straight on because of the pike nose of the front of this tank. The front of this tank has a pike nose, so if I back up and I'm above him, he's likely to bounce just off the angle. And that's what he did. I turned at the last second, he shot the front, and then he bounced on the front of my tank. Now here, the game is pretty much over. It's 11-6. And I'm just going to hold W to try and find more damage. The GW100 gets spotted, and I see the Foch B going in the river. I assume he's going to drown. So I'm not even going to worry about him. I'm trying to find the bad shot or the scent. I see the scent is on 611. And I do have a blind shot right now on the AMX. So right now I have 9,000 damage. So I need 2 shots to get 10k. I'm going to pull up here. I see the bad chat. No one else is shooting him, luckily. The scent is probably going to peek the Mantid and kill him. So I need to get a shot on this bad chat. I fully aim it to make sure I hit. And then I shoot. Now I have full HP, so I don't care if the scent shoots me. I'm also trying to bait him. Like, if I turn my gun away, he might peek again. Oh my god, he's going to peek again because he's greedy. I have heat loaded. The top of the Centurion turret is very weak to heat. It's a very easy pen. Luckily, we hit it. Okay, so these are the battle results for that game. It was only a first class, unlucky, but we got Tank Sniper High Caliber. And we ended up getting 10,141 damage with the blind shot on the AMX that you can see right here. I hit him twice. And only once was visible, so we did connect the blind shot. And we actually made credits because we didn't shoot that many heat rounds. So this is the setup I have on the 268. We're running Bounty Aiming, Bounty Exhaust System, and Bounty Rammer. So the reason I'm using Bounty Exhaust System is that my concealment, as you can see here, it goes up to 49% while stationary and 37% while moving. I value camo very highly in this game, and it allows me to pull off plays I otherwise would not be able to do. There's a lot of times in this tank where I'm finding myself maybe in front of heavies or tank destroyers that can't see me if I do not move because of my camo when I'm stationary. But as soon as I move or shoot, then they will spot me. But the 50% stationary, I could just sit in the open staring at them. As soon as they make a mistake or turn their turret, I could pen them and then I'll get spotted and pull back. But yeah, that was a quick recap of my game. It's a very fast game, wasn't really much to it. It gave you an opportunity to just look at where I positioned to try and get damage, and how I followed my team and found an opening in the map to exploit different positions that the enemy had taken. It's a very, it's a good example of trying to look at the map and allowing yourself to move into a slot and then take advantage of, say, where the bat chat and the Foch were, because I was in the middle of the map there and I had sights on them. Then I move up a little bit more. I could shoot the IS-7 and the tank destroyers, move up a little bit more, etc. Using the fact that we had a light tank and they didn't, and abusing it. But yeah, that was a quick 10k game on Murrow. Gonna be marking this thing hopefully soon. 3 marking it. And yeah, have a good day, guys.